Hello everyone, and welcome to my presentation on recent advances in Alzheimer's disease treatment, specifically the research surrounding rapid beta amyloid clearance and the direction future therapies are taking. Why I'm interested in this topic. I'm interested in this topic because Alzheimer's has personally affected my family, and learning about new breakthroughs gives me hope for future patients and their loved ones. Introduction to Alzheimer's disease. Alzheimer's disease is a progressive disorder that affects memory, thinking, and behavior. One of the major biological markers of Alzheimer's is the buildup of sticky clumps of beta amyloid protein, also known as plaques, that interfere with communication between brain cells. As the disease progresses, these plaques accumulate and contribute to cognitive decline. Because so many people are affected worldwide, researchers are constantly searching for treatments that can clear these plaques or prevent them from forming. Why this topic matters. This topic matters not just from a medical standpoint, but from a social and emotional one as well. Alzheimer's impacts how people interact with the world, how they think, connect with others, and even recognize the people they love. Understanding treatments that can preserve quality of life is essential. And with the aging population growing, breakthroughs in Alzheimer's care could make a large impact on public health, caregiving, and healthcare systems. One interesting thing that I learned is our brains already have natural ways of clearing beta amyloid, a protein called apolipoprotein E. Sorry, not too good at pronouncing these, but plays a major role in this process. When APOE is functioning correctly, it helps transport and remove beta amyloid. But in Alzheimer's disease, this clearance system becomes impaired. This study by Kramer and colleagues in 2012 explored how activating certain receptors, specifically RXRs, could increase APOE production and restart the brain's natural clearing process. So in their experiment, researchers used a mouse model of Alzheimer's and treated the mice with a drug called bexarotene. This drug activates those RXR receptors I mentioned. What makes this study so surprising is how quickly the brain responded. Within hours, the mice showed reduced levels of soluble beta amyloid. Seeing such a rapid biological change challenged the long-held belief that clearing plaques must take weeks or months. So some key findings. The results were even more impressive over the following days. Within 72 hours, the amount of plaque in the mice's brain decreased by more than 50%. Even more remarkable was the behavioral improvements. Things like memory, social interaction, smell, and overall neural function improved significantly. This shows that the brain may be capable of bouncing back when the toxic proteins are removed quickly. Why this study is important. This study is significant because it shifts our understanding of Alzheimer's. Instead of believing the brain is permanently damaged, it shows that restoring normal function is possible when harmful proteins are cleared. It also highlights the potential for drugs that work with the brain's natural cleanup mechanisms. This research opened new doors and inspired additional studies on accelerating beta amyloid removal. Beyond plaques. So while plaque clearing is important, researchers now understand that Alzheimer's is more complex. The article by Hamilton in 2001 explains that new treatments need to focus on multiple aspects of the disease, not just beta amyloid. For example, inflammation in the brain, tau tangles, and immune system changes also contribute to cognitive decline. This means future treatments will likely be combination therapies rather than single target drugs. Future treatment goals. According to Hamilton, researchers are working towards early intervention, treating patients before symptoms even start. They're also exploring more personalized medicine, especially for people who carry certain genetic risk factors like APOE4 gene. This shifts towards comprehensive treatment plans that help slow the disease more effectively than plaque-clearing drugs alone. Supporting research. Another article by Joens in 2025 adds further support to the idea that boosting the body's own clearing mechanisms can work. Their study showed that a certain protein helps sweep out amyloid plaques in mice very quickly, much like findings from the Kramer study. Seeing multiple studies point in the same direction suggests real promise for therapies that activate these natural clearing pathways. Most important things I learned. Overall, the most important things I learned from this research are that plaque clearance can happen much faster than scientists once believed, and that removing these plaques can actually reverse behavioral defects, at least in animal models. I also learned that Alzheimer's is multifaceted, and future treatments must address inflammation, genetics, and tau pathology as well. This knowledge matters because it gives hope that Alzheimer's may one day be treatable in a meaningful way. Here are the references I used for this project. Thank you for listening. Bye.